Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of Skylanders carryon here on the channel. So what we're going to do here is, since Earth is stronger, as per the norm with the rules when it pertains to swappers, because I have an Earth swapper, it means that these two halves need to swap with one another, and I need to pick which combination will be tackled in this section. Now I have more faith in Free Rouser getting out unscathed, purely because Free is a much better top half, and then Rouser can bury underground and avoid damage altogether. So yes, this combination definitely gives me an ounce of hope, just a small ounce of it though. You know, you can't get too hopeful because this is likely going to be the Slaughterhouse episode. This is the double episode pairing that I've been dreading since beginning Trap Team, because in this episode we have to tackle both the Golden Desert, as you can see before you, as well as the Golden Queen, and as we all know, Golden Queen is arguably, especially in night mode, the hardest boss of the entire franchise. Oh, but luckily for me, I can just stay back here and keep this guy in an instant stun loop. This is why Free is a much better top half. When in doubt, just go for a stun loop. Boom, baby, and he's out of here. Didn't stand a chance. In fact, it's exactly as Free Rouser just stated. We took the world by storm, we did. Anyway, what we have now is Chompy Worms as a fun little factoid for you all. Well, the first fact is that factoid I'm pretty certain isn't a word, but wait! It is now because I said so. Anyway, the actual interesting fact is that destroying enough cacti in this level will result in you earning either a trophy or achievement. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Though granted, you wind up like destroying enough of the cacti by accident to earn the trophy anyway, since to shoot the Chompy Worm you often need to get rid of the hazards in your way. What does it look like I'm doing, Callie? Yeah, she's very useful. Her advice, keep firing, very useful indeed. What's she going to do next? Tell me to push the square button? Like I need that one, it's very explicitly stated on the screen right now. In fact, you don't even need to press the square button. I was pressing the X button the entire time and it worked still just fine. You just got to push the button, man. And the whole idea of a video game is that it's designed around pushing buttons. You'll be very hard pressed to get even past the loading the main menu of a game without knowing how to push a button. The great buttons at that. Such as the R2 trigger right now, which, you know, if this was Imaginators, I would have Sky right now, which would be great, but the Sky is banned. That's one thing to mention before we even get into the Imaginators section, that Sky is banned. Not that Senseis are even guaranteed, you know, given a random name picker, it might give me something like, you know, 8 SSA cores, even though we don't really have that many SSA cores to go, because random name picker loves choosing them over everyone else, apparently. Okay. So this guy doesn't get stunned by my electricity. That's inconvenient. Luckily for us, we can still keep our distance as the Grave Clubber passes out a little bit right there. Oh, I thought I missed that time to jump then. Ow. And now, apparently, I'm the one who's passing out. Are you okay there, Free Rouser? You just got caring to do your walking animation, is it? Anyway, these Grave Clubbers can really take a beating. And we have a whole boss against one of them at the end to have to worry about. So I'd prefer to get through the smaller, easier guys without defeat. Thank you very much, video game, though that does seem to be asking for a lot. Watch out for Slammer Jammer. Don't ask me why I'm calling it that. Oh, I'm going to say nice try, but it wasn't. Okay, there we go. We're well up for distance of that, but you've got to be careful with Sword Force, and not even Sword Force hitboxes, Trap Team hitboxes. Both hitboxes, trust me, if they can hit you, they will hit you. If they can hit you before the animation, they will hit you before the animation. So caution is advised 24/7 in these later games. Giants just have nicer hitboxes than this, much more generous hitboxes. Even if it is easier to dodge attacks with the lack of a jump button in that game. But Jesus, where did this guy just die already? Wow, can he take a beating? Oh shit, never mind, I'm alright, just barely. Usually he doesn't do 2 punches in a row. Oh, I thought I was as good as dead, luckily not. Matt, what? Why are you not dead yet? Be more dead, hashtag be more dead. Like, this guy is a bigger threat than Sheep Creep, not that that's much to write home about. Okay, there we go. We got there eventually. If only I was level 19 so I could level up at the perfect time and obviously restore all of my health, but that seems to be asking for too much. But at least these smaller guys I can keep in a stunning loop with my tertiary attack. Mr. Bomb. Okay, cool. Trap Team being its usual janky self. Oh, that guy stuck behind a wall so he was invincible for a moment there. Oh, but my lightning can be carried over. Boom, blow you up. That's what we're talking about. Okay, why is there so many of them? Who gave them permission to do this to me? That's what I want to know. Can I charge up my lightning shock, or is that not something that Free Ranger has down either pathway? Because I'm pretty sure he's down the shock pathway here. Or he's not. I'm obviously not very familiar with freeze pathways. Okay, here we go. Let's take him out. Yes! This is what we're talking about! Just stay here and do all this. Just cheese the hell out of it. That's the only way I survive this. Boom, boom. Shake the room some more. Okay, how is he not more dead is my question. Boom! Finally we got him out of there. And now you can see why it is I chose Free Rouser over Rubble Buckler. Even though Rubble Buckler would have been defeating these guys in about 2 or 3 primary hits. But still, that's getting up close and personal. And getting up close and personal with these guys is how you die. You saw how much I struggled with the Great Club, getting up close and personal with him and all that. Okay, let's get out of there before he defeats us. Yeah, 1-on-1 these guys ain't too bad, so long as obviously you avoid their attack, because that's over 500 damage, which as you can tell, Free Ranger has well underneath that, so that would be a one-shot kill. And here comes... Boom! Chompy! Oh boy, I am so scared. Well, usually I would be scared, you know, usually this is where we die, but luckily for us, we have a nice, healthy dosage of cheese. See ya! He's not dead yet? That should have killed him! Give me my cheese, video game. Cheese is delicious. There we go. That's better. That's the cheese we like to see. Chompy has been defeated. So let's not trap him because villains are illegal. A bit like Sky Chi is all illegal. And we have more combat after this, which is just great because I'm already on the brink of death as it is. Get over here, man. Get over here. Okay, now it's time for us to introduce that this guy will never forget. Actually, he will forget it instantly because he'll be dead. So when you're dead, you can't really do much of anything. Like, remember memories is one of the things that you cannot do when you're dead. Much like everything else for that matter. So, let us obviously shoot some chompy worms again. Because for some reason this level loves torturing me. This section is torture. So slow paced. Like, whatever developer thought this was a good idea, I sincerely hope they were fired. If anyone deserves to lose their job, it is this guy who came up with the idea of this section. Yep, they've been blasted. Okay, so where is he coming up? And she says chompy worms like there's more than one. There is more than one, but there's not more than one in this section. So it's just chompy worm that we're blasting. Chompy worm one at a time. If there was 2, that would be so much worse. Okay, and the reason that is because it wouldn't be that much harder. This is already pretty easy as it is to begin with. So some more difficulty would actually be nice. But 2 of them means that this section takes twice as long, so the pacing is twice as dragged out. And no thank you, video game. I'm good, thanks. Die. You too. I don't think I forgot you, even though I can't really say die because you're dead already. Mastermind has brought you back. Masterminds reanimate for defeated enemies already. Okay, there we go. Take them out. Man, this is just a desert of turtles, apparently. Turtles do not last long in the desert, but that is because the desert is, you know, quite polar opposite to their usual habitat, given the desert's lack of water. Of course, turtles can survive out of water, but not in the kind of searing temperatures that the desert has to offer. That is just how those creatures work. They're adapted to a specific environment, so changing up their environment so drastically will result in their termination. They'll be incapable of surviving it. Humans are lucky because we can survive in most habitats, but not every extreme on our planet. You know, we can't survive for coldest temperatures or the hottest temperatures for very long. You know, there's a place called Death Valley for a reason. It gets so hot there that spending too long, you will be dead in a matter of hours. Death Valley is too damn hot for humans to live. And everything that does live there is very much well adapted to the environment. So let's get these first pushed into place. That is how adaptations work. You know, a gene evolves to match its habitat much more better, and then because the evolution is successful within the species, then whenever those genes get passed on, they become the superior genes, and those are the ones that survive the animals with the superior genes, and then the inferior genes. So, but surely all get killed off until nothing but the superior evolved species remains. Science! Anyway, villains are stronger here, so it's time for a little bit of nightmare. If it was if there was a cutscene here, this would be the perfect situation for Blackout, because Blackout could be indestructible. But there's no cutscene, so I don't get the glorious indestructibility. It's just asking for too much. So instead, I'm going to rely on Dark Fog. Ooh. Okay, I need you to die some more and not hit me. That'd be great. Doing both those things. I don't ask so much. Yeah, let's get out of Wave of Lightning. Sweet, they're dead. And I'm getting healing that I don't even need, but we take it. Okay, watch out. Yeah, this is pretty much the way to go with Nightmare. This is the only way I know how to play her, more or less. Thank goodness that has knockback right there. Very convenient knockback, but boy! I can't take any more hits already. I've already withstanding how many hits I can take until I heal up again, because they deal 555. Okay, I can at least take one more hit. From these guys, that is. From the Grave Clubbers, I can't remember how much damage they deal. I'm just so used to getting hit by these smaller dudes that I am very well aware at this point how much damage they deal in Nightmare mode. I've died to them enough times after all. Okay, we have more, but these enemies are just slowly filtering in. They're scared. Nightmare has them scared. Nightmare and Nightmare is a nightmare for them. Ow! Never mind, I'm hurt. I'm very much hurt. Okay, watch out for the blast, which you just did, so yay me, I guess. Don't hit me. Thank you. Thank you, video game. Much appreciated. Oh, watch out for them. All of them. Thank goodness for healing abilities right now. I'm cheesing this out as much as I did with Crypt King against Wolfgang. But this game has so many layers of cheese. I'm not just going to not take advantage of that. That would be foolish. Cheese is low risk, high reward, which is exactly what we want in the midst of a Locke. Boom, let's finish them off. Well, not really finish them off, but slowly but surely get them a pathway to doing such a thing. You know, these guys, their destiny is to be defeated by me, and one often meets their destiny on the path they take to avoid it. Death! See what I mean? Oh boy, why Mastermind? Why do you come in and just ruin my fun like that? Like seriously, what is actually wrong with you? Who made you this way? You leave my shadow clothes alone. I need him for the sake of healing. Okay, cool. He's dead. Oh, bad Mastermind. Bad. Oh, I have so many shadow clothes though. This is insanely stupid, overpowered. Now let's take out Mastermind before he heals up, or he revives anyone else, I should say. And that's a lot of gold. We do need to kill more enemies, apparently. A lot more. Let's take out that guy up there, he's annoying me now. Okay, sweet. Luckily for us, villains don't last too much longer, or they last for the rest of the level, I can't actually remember. I think they might last for the rest of the level actually, so we're stuck with Nightmare for the rest of the level. It's a good thing I like this character. I used to sleep in this character a lot. I even put her on like my overrated top 10, but now that top 10 did not age well because I could not disagree with myself more. This character is great. You know, I owe her a massive apology. Unless she dies, in that case, everything I say will be instantly revoked here. You know, she will not be worthy of my praise in that case. Woo! I got lucky there. Never mind, I guess Nightmare is garbage. That's what she is, yeah. Garbage character. Never playing as her ever again. I gave her a chance and she bungled it. Bad Nightmare. Bad! Let's give Spotlight a chance because the villain element is so stronger here, so I have to remain as a light or a dark character. So hopefully, you know, her time to shine doesn't result in death because that would be awful. And we jump. Yes, there we go. Take my beams to the face, suckers. And also leave me alone. Boom! Okay, watch out because these guys hit very hard. Boom! Luckily, so do I. Oh, watch out for you. Yeah, I'm a little bit more maneuverable with Spotlight, so she does have that benefit going for her. Boom! Yes! Yes, beam for the win. Where was that pretzel when Nightmare was in desperate need of it? Where was it then? Anyway, let's complete the puzzle without further ado. This is a moment where I really could have been doing with some hindsight, because in hindsight I would have bought some Locke puzzle cheats and just bypassed this in its entirety, save myself a little bit of time. But I did not do that, did I? No, that's thinking too far ahead, man. That requires too many brain cells to come up with such genius strategy. Anyway, we get a little bit of treasure for your girl over here. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, if only I had enough Trapmasters, I'd have an excuse to swap out to them and unlock the Earth Gate. No, if only I had Wallop. Wallop is an instant cheat in this game. Anyway, let us swap that round again. And again. Man, I'm down to one Dark character. This isn't good. Dark has 1 life left. But luckily for us, because villains encapsulate all of the life in Dark, I technically have 3 lives for any villain element that pops up. But it's not going to be good in later games when Dark actually becomes an element of its own in areas for us to have to deal with. That is fine, that's 25 damage. Hopefully 25 damage won't be the difference between victory and defeat over here. Anyway, let's take out some guys. Boom. And then the rest of the guys, you don't even need to fight them. We can just get out of here. Way superior plan. It means I'm taking very low risk and high rewarded for it too, because Spotlight here is not going to get hit and therefore is not going to lose any of her health. More health the merrier, after all, and we need it for the arena that's coming up, that's for sure. Like you thought the little grave clobbers were tough? We ain't seen nothing yet. Give me sweet, glorious treasure, that's what we talk about, baby! And more treasure for me, don't mind if they do. For Windy Heights, well, it's definitely Heights, but I'm not so sure about the windy part. Did Spotlight fart? Is that where the wind is from? We got a fart in Skylander on our hands. I can't believe we just made a fart joke. I made a fart joke in a YouTube video. And now that I think about it, that's a lot more commonplace than I'm letting on. Of course I made a fart joke on YouTube. It's YouTube for Pete's sake. Farts are funny. Now if you don't laugh at my joke, laugh! I demand it! Laugh already! Okay, there goes the bamboo bridge. And we need wood. Wood also. Wood, very useful, especially when a wooden bridge is required. It's very difficult to make a wooden bridge without wood. Boom. R2 for win. Yeah, that trigger's really coming in handy. Imagine what we do without the R2 button. We'd be pretty soft locked right about now. The Jeweled Colosseum. But where are the jewels? I mean, it's shiny, it's gold, but gold isn't necessarily jewels. It makes up jewelry. Not jewels. Unless it does and I'm just speaking absolute nonsense, which is, you know, more than likely a possibility. This is me we're talking about. Speaking nonsense is effectively my YouTube career. Oh, but I do love how powerful this tertiary attack is combined with my beam. That part is great. Love to see it. Why did I just start with this character? Clearly this character is just that overpowered. Nightmare compared to this, she is nothing. And when a Trapmaster is weakened in a core, that's when the developers know that they gone did screw up. Okay, here we go, let's take him out. Granted, I didn't play as Nightmare for best. As you can tell, her moveset had a lot of potential. If someone was better at video game than me, then no doubt they would have survived that. But there are also a lot of people who were much worse at video game than me, who would have lost a lot more characters by now. So, you know, I don't envy people who are better at the game than me. That's good for them. I'm glad that there are such talented players out there, and people who are worse than me. It's no big deal for you guys whatsoever, you know. Only play to your own skill level, and so long as you have fun, really, who cares how good you are at the game, right? If I make these videos entertaining, I'd rather they be entertaining over necessarily the best, perfect run of the game, gameplay-wise. You know, in other words, just don't compare yourself to others. There's no need to worry all too much about that. Just be proud of you and yourself and what you've achieved in life. Because I guarantee that what you've done in life is not the same as what anybody else has done. You know, there's plenty of things you've done that those people who you envy, they would envy you for those things. I've had that at work before, where people I look up to have envied certain achievements in my life. And them turning around to me to say that is quite shocking most of the time, but that's just what reigns true, I suppose. Now, enough of this rambling mumbo-jumbo. Let's destroy some statues. They had it coming. Fell looking at me funny. There we go. Regularly scheduled night commentary. Whew! I thought we was going to go into some, like, meta really inspirational thing for a moment there, but thank goodness that came to an end. Who wants to hear about how awesome they are, right? You're awesome. You don't want to hear about that. Yes, you're watching a video right now. You're awesome. Don't let anyone ever tell you different. Okay, beam to the face. You know who else is awesome? Spotlight. Spotlight is awesome. Yeah. Okay, more lasers to the face. Ah, watch out. That could have been very bad, but it wasn't because I'm awesome. Awesome is definitely a word of the day, that's for sure. It probably won't feel so awesome when I go against Golden Queen and lose about 6 characters. Or just all my characters. Ow! That was painful. Not cool, video game. Okay, cool, that's one of them down. I don't even know what to get stunned by at this point, but I'm okay with that. Okay, give me, thank you. Boom. Oh boy, but here comes the whole grave clobber bit. She's got that right there, bro, but I can't believe we're down to 2 trap masters now. At least for 2 trap masters we have of the best 2 of the entire cast. I don't care what you say about Waller. He's overpowered, but he's also a one-trick pony. I say that like most of the trap masters aren't a one-trick pony. No! Not in life! Anything but that! Okay, I am scared. I am very much scared. And as if that isn't the stuff for nightmares, I am going to bury you? Seriously? Okay, let's take him out. Hashtag not my queen. Ah! I think that scream was totally justified. Okay, sweet. I love how much damage that beam deals so quickly as well. It's great. Anyway, if we kill the Grave Clobber, we kill all of the other enemies around it. So that is currently my objective. Oh, it's almost done. Never mind, it is done. And the bone dudes are done alongside it. Spotlight is just too fucking good, man. I'm actually glad I reserved her for later in the fight, because if she died early in that fight, then we would have lost the potential to absolutely like breeze through all of these enemies. So yes, while she is the one who opened the pickle jar, Nightmare was the one who loosened it for her. You know, sometimes that's just as important in a lot, that sort of strategy. I'm basically justifying my poor gameplay with Nightmare. I love the fact how I went from saying that I guess it wasn't half bad, you know, very middle of the road, could have been better, could have been worse. I love the fact that I go from that to saying just to taking a 360-degree loop and saying it was poor gameplay. It wasn't poor gameplay at all, actually. I think it was perfectly fine, mediocre gameplay. They're not the best on YouTube, not the worst on YouTube. We all know that the worst is reserved for Crash of Skylanders. Everybody knows that. That's just for SkyTuber lore for you. If you're going to become a SkyTuber, you got to know the SkyTuber lore. So we have saved Golden Callie. Only 1 loss in this level, so far so good. But this is nothing compared to Lair of the Golden Queen, which I will see you there right after the cut. And so here we are at Lair of the Golden Queen. Now I will admit that I have played through this level and this profile already, but due to complications right there for recording, stopped midway through, and so now I had already beaten level by the time I realised, and I've decided that the best thing to do is just to replay through the level in its entirety. So there I was, basically past the undead section of a level, basically just speaking to myself because there wasn't anything recording on for gameplay or the face cam front. It's weird how I had a double whammy for once. Usually it's either or, but you know how technical limitations go. So without further ado, let's push these into place, and I am actually now back re-recording this several weeks after that initial playthrough I did. And so that would explain stuff such as the haircut and the change in attire entirely. And since I recorded all that long ago, I completely forgot what Skylander I was playing going into this level beforehand. So naturally, because fire appears so early in this level, I decided to, with post-haste, swap out for Igknight already, because this is going to be an absolute obliteration of the enemies right now. I'm about to feel sorry for them. And combo! Oh, I love how this character plays in this game. Anyway, let's charge up that Slammer Jammer. I don't know why I called it that, but here we are. I mean, who cares what I call it? Obviously it works, like my technique here. My technique of basically just playing overpowered characters, it's working out. How do you play this game? You play to win, and that's what I am doing right now. Bada boom! Most of them are dead. Keyword being most, but we don't want most, no. We have so much bloodlust, we need them all to cease to exist. So let's finish off this guy here because he's annoying me, no reason. Oh, but he has helped me out with this little bomb right here, so let's use that to blow up that thing right there. And now we have frickin' bone chompies everywhere, but luckily my sword swings so well, and I have so much armour that for one bone chompy that does manage to somehow slip past my defences, it winds up dead anyway. Oh no, but now there's more of them. I repeat, there is more of them, and bone chompies can be very, very scary if they're left unchecked. Okay, boom! How's that guy still not dead yet? Wow, he is just really hanging in there. Let's charge up again, because this guy really cannot withstand much more punishment. Boom! What did I tell you? Actually, I was wrong. He's still got health left somehow. And I have no idea how my swing didn't hit that bone chompy. I was just praising Igknighter's hitboxes for how wide his sword actually swings. But there we go. Bad Juju is taken out. Igknighter is obviously victorious. Not a shadow of doubt in anyone's minds about that right there. I say it is really odd coming back to this. I said weeks earlier, it was about 3 months when I recorded chapter 16, and now I'm here recording chapter 17 months later, where no end of stuff has happened, including that of me having moved out. But I'm recording this back in my usual place because, frankly, this is a more practical environment to record in. My new flat that I've moved out to, well, let's just say that when it comes to space and just the overall production value, it's not nearly got what this room here has, because if I was to try and film there, first of all, the walls have no soundproofing whatsoever, unfortunately, so all 5 of my flatmates are below me, and, you know, to either side of me, because that's kind of how apartment buildings work, and it's a 5 apartment, or 6 room apartment building, I should say, so I have the 6th apartment, and there's 5 other people living in the building alongside me, but all 5 people would hear me if I was to so much as whisper into the camera. Okay, I think the walls somehow amplify the sound in that building. It's so awfully constructed, but it's not as bad as my local cinema, actually, because my local Odeon, let's just say it's a very old building, not originally intended to even be a cinema, so the seats are very old, very uncomfortable, and practically falling apart, and the walls are paper thin, so what you'll wind up doing is you'll watch a film, and then you'll hear the 2 films next to it. It is even more painful when I go to watch an artsy film that's in black and white, with very minimal audio, no audio whatsoever. I'm there enjoying the moment, and all of a sudden I hear the Spider-Man soundtrack blast in the room next to us. That's an example of what happened a couple of Christmases ago, because obviously Spider-Man No Way Home released around Christmas of 2022 that was, so the film is turning 2 years old almost, and man, that just proves how time flies. Or was it 2021? Good grief, it might have been 2021! Anyway, we're going to swap out from one guy with a sword to another guy with a sword. It's time for me to get my revenge on the eyeball dragon. This is for every single time the eyeball dragon screwed me over in a lock, okay? Because Elite Chop Chop is really a force to be reckoned with. I mean, seriously, look at that sword right there, and how much damage it deals is absurd. So that's my local Odeon for you, and that begs the question, will I have a local Cineworld and a local Odeon? So why do I bother with the Odeon when the Cineworld is infinitely better? In the time since I last filmed this series, the Cineworld, closest to me, has shut down. It is so tragic, and I actually mean that genuinely. I very much miss going to my local Cineworld and having the best possible cinematic experience. Unfortunately, now I have to deal with second best. That being the Odeon, my local Odeon. Most Odeons are great, not my local one though, because it's not of the best infrastructure. It was originally like a bowling alley, then it was a theatre, then it went back to bowling alley again. So point is, the building has been basically just about anything you can imagine it could be. So it being a cinema is very much a second thought, and because of that, the seating isn't great, and the soundproof is next to none. Not as bad as my apartment though, because that's why I choose to shoot here over my apartment. And the other thing about my apartment is that it's one of those studios where you have the bathroom and then the bedroom and the kitchen are all one big room. So if I was to attempt to record anything there, then the view and the background would basically be, rather than a wardrobe, it would be my kitchen. So you would see just food and condiments everywhere. It's not the best production-wise. It's not exactly like this is the perfect YouTuber studio either, but I definitely prefer this production-wise. It's more spacious also. I can actually stretch out my legs. But anyway, Chop Chop here. We've not even really been paying too much attention to the gameplay, because when you're playing as an elite character, you kind of just turn your brain off and win regardless. Like, I actually feel sorry for these enemies right now with how much obliteration they're going through. I have almost 3,000 health, so let's just say that when it comes to enemies attacking me, they have to do a lot of those to stand any sort of chance of depleting my health. And the sad part is that Elite Chop Chop is going to go into the Golden Queen fight, so that is likely where we're going to lose him. Even being in an Elite, Chop Chop stands very little chance of soloing Golden Queen on Nightmare mode. Let's try not to get stuck by the eyeballs. Even with 3,000 health, if I'm not cautious, I can still get stuck, and then that damage stacks up really, really quickly. So whilst it might not be enough to defeat me, I still want to make sure I go into Golden Queen with as much health as possible. But at least now, like, absolutely obliterating the eyeball dragon has garnered the opportunity for my revenge against it, and every single time it has screwed me over, because boy did that feel satisfying. Okay, bad juju, we're going to skip over her cutscene, stick over the unnecessary deep stew, as we do. And hey, it doesn't rhyme, make me poet without even knowing it. No, the bone chompies! Anything but the bone chompies. Actually no, bring on more bone chompies. Every bone chompy I kill heals me up. That's just the awesomeness of Chop Chop there for you. Any sort of blade-based attack gives you an orb that heals for 7 HP. Boom, baby, and there goes Bad Juju. Even boss fights, when you defeat them as Chop Chop, they give you an orb for 7 health also, which is quite interesting. So we even have a piece of pizza there to help heal us up. I love the fact that Chop Chop's health was rather quite depleted there. He had lost over 900 health, which usually is enough to defeat a character. Not in the case of an elite, however. And say, a lot of his health was depleted with still 1,800 remaining, 1,800 remaining, and that's most of his health depleted. That's just how insane elites are. But I don't really need to explain all of that, because the gameplay here is kind of, you know, speaking for itself. Boom! Finish him off. And it also helps that I am very adept at this really awesome secret gaming technique, which is called not getting hit. Yes, very effective attack indeed. And it's a very useful technique, one that allows you to not get dead. After all, we are the undead element, so being dead kind of negates the point a little. So here we go, let's defeat this guy. Skystone Smash. Boy, it's been a while since I played Skystone. In fact, it's been a while since I played this game, period. I mentioned previously that I recorded Chapter 16 months ago. That was the last time I played Trap Team. So last time I played Trap Team was months ago. I didn't even play it for its 10-year anniversary, which gave me a lot of instant regret. But during that time, I was busy, you know, kind of moving out to that apartment I mentioned previously. So without further ado, let's take advantage of the Golden Queen.
Shield Shredder.
Ah, that's not what I wanted you to play. Rubbish. Let's use Grave Clubber. I'm hoping they play a stone with 2 health. That's not got 2 health. We could either Sheepify it, or we could use Wolfgang and take them both out, and then the Bone Chompy doesn't have 2 chances at taking down Grave Clobber, which is all what it would need to take down Grave Clobber. But now Grave Clobber survives because it takes down the Bone Chompy in a single round. Okay, round 6. It's going to be the final round, I'm afraid, because he don't stand no chance with the stones I have left. We have defeated Nut. Let's just say he was pretty nutty for thinking he had a chance against us in the first place. Pretty nutty indeed. And you saw that I utilised the Golden Queen stone there, because as I mentioned, I did record this previously, but then all of the recording stopped. I had just every technical difficulty under the sun. The gameplay recording stopped because the video file was getting too long for a single recording session. And my phone also stopped because it ran out of storage. So yeah, those are technical difficulties for you, which led to me having to re-record this. And I left for re-recording for several months later. But this session that I'm doing now, I'm starting with the re-recording of Chapter 17, and then I'm going to record straight after this the 2 Adventure Pack levels, and obviously the final level, the Ultimate Weapon, which is going to be a particularly special episode indeed, because of how I'm going to be scheduling this series. Obviously, a lot of the things that I said in regards to scheduling is very outdated, because I initially recorded this in September, and now these episodes are coming out in December. It's quite a big time span there. As you can see from my personal life, a lot of stuff happens in such a time span, or a lot of stuff can happen, so to speak. Oh no, not a turret, anything but a turret. Let's say Chop Chop's chances of single-handedly taking this down is pretty low, especially given how many things were trying to cover right there. Did you see the sheer abundance of things that Golden Queen throws at you? How are you expected to dodge all of that? And I should really stop playing so brainlessly. Like, I can play through regular enemies brainlessly as an elite, but not boss fights, especially not ones as tough as Golden Queen, which I would argue is the toughest nightmare boss in this game. I think Chaos is easier in Nightmare mode than what Golden Queen is. For the other difficulties, that statement definitely does not hold up. But for Nightmare mode, they just really upped Golden Queen's insanity. Unless you're playing with a villain, of course, because villains in this game are totally busted. They really wanted you to utilise the gimmick. Okay, let's take her out some more. Die, die, die! I mean, that's not really what death looks like. Not cool, Golden Queen. Not cool at all. Let's kill her some more. Yes, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that very much. Gold, its main use at the moment, though, is killing me off. Oh, no, not another one. Who gave you permission for another one? I didn't give you permission for another one. Oh, but thank you for killing it for me. Unfortunately, it's only 75 healing for the pizza. And now, once again, our health bar at 1,162. For most Skylanders, that's our entire health bar. For Chop Chop, it's less than half. At least his elite version is. His regular version doesn't. I don't think he even has that much health at level 20. Okay, let's be careful here. I should have to take a break right now. Like, seriously, when you don't commentate YouTube videos for 3 months in a row, apparently going back to the commentating is quite insane on the old front. Okay, let's get over there. And get over here. And now here comes my favourite part of the fight. Said no one ever. Ow. Okay, take him out, take him out, take him out, 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 take him out, take him out, take him out, out, out. Yes, got one. Got 2. Got 3. I don't know why that one didn't give me pizza. I think it's awful rude it didn't give me pizza. I could really be doing with a pizza right now. Woo! Ask you shall receive, I suppose. But yeah, 500 health. At least now we are nearing the final phase. So if Elite Chop Chop is to bite the bullet here, ow. It helps if I remember the location of the jump button on my controls, so then I can push it to successfully perform upon said mechanic of a video game. But yeah, now that we've got him down to the final phase, once Elite Chop Chop does inevitably kick the bucket, at least I have a decent backup plan in mind, which is basically Knockout Terrafin followed by Elite Terrafin. And why choose Knockout Terrafin, I hear you asking? Well, at the end of the day, if Knockout Terrafin survives this game and gets carried over into Superchargers, he's just going to go to waste because he gets upgraded to Sharpshooter Terrafin instead as his supercharged form, his supercharged revamp, so to speak. And then if that is to be defeated in battle, he reverts back to his original, not his knockout version. So, at the end of the day, since that's a bonus life, I might as well take advantage of it, utilising it here rather than a character unfortunately buy in for Bullet that could be more useful to us. And then, oh shit. And then I can just swap out immediately to Elite Terrafin afterwards and have a really overpowered character to boot. You know, lose a Knockout Terrafin would benefit me in so many ways, because then I get a version of Terrafin which is superior to Knockout Terrafin in pretty much every conceivable way, minus the fact that I no longer have access to WoW Power. I am very much going to miss this WoW Power. This is one of the better WoW Powers to speak of. It's actually a major improvement to Terrafin's overall moveset, because with his WoW Power, he flows a whole lot better. My main problem with Terrafin is the pacing of the character. His attacks just don't flow together very well. The WoW Power attack actually changes that problem entirely. Oh, I keep forgetting that the large hitbox of Golden Queen here isn't actually as large as you may originally conceive, because it's actually Mini Golden Queen that's hidden by the model of Giant Golden Queen. That's what you're trying to attack. And that's because, I suppose they did that because the hardware probably couldn't handle the switch up in the gameplay. Like, yes, there is a cutscene to load in the bigger model, but outside of that, like, it's probably just not something that can technically be achieved. Swapping from the original model, not keeping the original model around, and then having the larger model load in with the different hitboxes to have to consider as well. Yeah, it's very technically ambitious, especially for the PlayStation 4. Die! But the problem here is that Knockout Terrafin is struggling with this hitbox. We have to get a little too up close and personal for comfort. Ow. Okay, I know I said I was going to swap out for Elite Terrafin straight after Knockout Terrafin was defeated, because obviously Knockout Terrafin is defeated, we revert to the original, and in the case of Trap Team, the original is replaced by the Elite versions, because the Elite versions are basically the same as the originals, but incredibly busted, so why would I not make the swap out? So now, Knockout Terrafin being defeated, we revert to his original form. Elite Chop Chop was his original form. He doesn't have a mini to go back upon, so Chop Chop is defeated. He is classed as dead for the remainder of the Carryon series in its entirety. However, Terrafin now has his Elite and his Mini, his Terabyte version, that is to be specific. And Bash still has 3 versions remaining. He has the Series 2, Series 1, and the Mini. Bash is just chilling in the back there. But we're not going to use Elite Terrafin. And that's because I'm scared that Elite Terrafin is still reset after what happened in the Supercharged series. Because obviously in that series, when a Series 1 character was defeated, I had to reset every single character within their sequence, and that includes Elite Terrafin. So just in case Terrafin, his Elite version that is level 1 with no upgrades, just in case, I'd rather swap out for a character that is guaranteed to have all the bells and whistles, that being Elite Trick Happy over here, because this is busted, this is stupid busted. Let's get her! The only reason we used Knockout Terrafin in the first place was to kind of get further through this boss fight before utilising Elite Trick Happy. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to lose this character, because then I lose out on a really incredibly busted character. But the thing with Trick Happy is that he has a lot of additional lives to look forward to. So obviously there's this Elite version from the moment being. But then after him, this obviously being for replacement of the original version, there's his Mini, Terabyte. Not Terabyte even, that's Trigger Snappy. And then, after this, in Superchargers, we get to upgrade to his Supercharged form, his Revamp. Trigger Happy will become Supercharged, to reference, of course, that series I made. Die, you stupid wall. This stupid wall is not dying! You can't take my Elite Trigger Happy to the face. I've never known a more indestructible wall in my whole life. You know, Elite Trick Happy versus wall. Elite Trick Happy doesn't stand a chance. I think the only thing that could have destroyed that wall right there was that one bench I found. That one magnificent bench of glory. Man, that was a magnificent bench. I'll have to see if I still have that photo line in wake somewhere. Yeah, add it to the edit, because you guys haven't lived until you've seen the photo of this bench, honestly, folks.
Golden Queen.
This is one of those moments where you didn't even know you needed it until you got it. So you're welcome for that photo right now. But either way, we defeated Golden Queen, and we get to move on with minimal defeats, because obviously Knockout Terrafin was defeated. Not a big deal, we revert to his original. And Knockout Terrafin was just bonus life anyway. We would have lost out on the benefits altogether if he got carried forward into Superchargers, because Sharpshooter Terrafin, if he was to be defeated, just reverts back to original. We skip for Knockout Terrafin to step along the way. So now that has been said and done, this episode right here is coming to an end. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. And without further ado, let's roll that outro. Thank you so much for watching through to the end of this video. I deeply appreciate every last one of you, since it's viewers such as yourself which make these videos possible, and I couldn't do it without all of your unwavering support. If you enjoyed what you just saw, you can click on screen now to watch either my most recent video or a video picked out specifically just for you. You can also access the entire playlist for the video you just watched. I'll be seeing you in the next video, but until that moment arises, peace!